Let's continue then to take you back to our earlier story. Of course, that's where President Cyril Ramaphosa has been receiving letters of credence from heads of mission-designate at a credentials ceremony that was held in Pretoria a short moment ago. For more on this, let's now cross to SABC's international news editor, Sophie Mokoena. Sophie, a very good afternoon to you. So President Ramaphosa has received these heads of mission-designates from the 14 countries. Just talk to us then about the different representatives that handed over their letters of credence and, of course, the significance of today's event.
Well, I think we know that this event is quite important in the calendar of the presidency and the government of South Africa, because this is a moment where the president is receiving those representatives from different countries as part of strengthening relations between the two, I can say, amongst these important countries. And therefore, as you pointed out, it was 14 countries. And I think the important ones, again, when you look at the current geopolitics, for me was Canada, Panama, and also Russia, even though we had many other countries such as Nepal. We had also countries such as Congo, the country Senegal. But I think the issue of geopolitics, when you look at a country like Canada, the ambassador, they're emphasizing the fact that it's quite important for South Africa to work together to strengthen the relations, as South Africa is almost like a voice of reason on issues of human rights. And also Panama talking about a need for South Africa to support the country, as we know that the country finds itself under pressure from the United States of America, including Canada. When you look at the announcement last night by President Donald Trump in terms of imposing the tariffs to countries. The other important issue was Egypt emphasizing and acknowledging South Africa's role in the Middle East in terms of ensuring that the Palestinians do get support during this difficult time. And I think a country like Senegal, again, the ambassador emphasizing the coming visit to Senegal by our international relations minister, Ronald Lamola, an indication of the relationship between South Africa and Senegal growing. And also, I think I spoke to the president immediately thereafter, acknowledging or asking him about this strong message, particularly the message that came from Nepal, Panama, Canada, including Russia, on South Africa standing at the global arena on issues of human rights. And the president was saying that it's quite fulfilling for him as the head of state of South Africa when countries acknowledge and also see the role South Africa is playing at multilateral level in terms of pushing for human rights and respect for international law. I think the president was quite happy because the messages from Panama and Canada, including Egypt, were quite clear that these countries have been monitoring South Africa's position on these current issues, including the war in Ukraine, where South Africa is pushing for a peaceful solution on the continent, also in areas such as the DRC. South Africa's quest in terms of that country being at peace. And I think during this pressure from the United States of America, for the president, it was a moment to kind of celebrate the fact that during this event, many countries were emphasizing the role South Africa has played in terms of strengthening multilateralism, pushing for human rights. And I think the messages couldn't have come at an opportune time, particularly as we know that currently South Africa finds itself under siege for taking that case to the International Court of Justice and also International Criminal Court, demanding accountability and the matter to be settled by the World Court in relation to Palestine and Israel. And I think my observation was that the representatives were clear that we are here to support South Africa. We believe in South Africa, particularly in its strength in relation to standing up for human rights and for international law. Back to you in studio.
All right, international news editor Sophie Mokoena there for us, of course, outside that event in Pretoria. President Cyril Ramaphosa has just received Heads of Mission-Designate following the 14 countries there, mentioning, of course, important countries like the Republic of Congo, as well as Canada, Egypt, Turkey, Panama, as well as Portugal, Nepal and Senegal, just to name a few.